Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Soul Therapy with Lady D. I am your host, Lady D. I'm sure you all coming from Arcana Shores. Beck and Kristen's live just ended. How is everybody tonight? I'm doing much better than I was last night. I just wanted to thank everybody for all the love and support that you sent to me. I'm so glad to be feeling better. Having fluid in your ear and having an earache is no fun. It's not fun. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So I don't like going to the doctor, but I did go to the doctor and thank God for medication. So there is something to be said for Western medicine. Thank God. So I'm sorry I'm a day late and a dollar short, but I wouldn't have done good readings last night. I was not feeling good. So Chuck, Bruin shirt. Those are some fighting words, honey. You know I'm from Boston, so I'm hoping that the Boston Bruins win. Not that I really care about sports. Just saying, if the Bruins win or lose, no skin off my back. But I'm from Boston, so I am definitely going. You need to get rid of my Bruin shirt. Oh, I'm going to even do it more here. Just for that, I'm going to put it more in your face. Bruins, 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 Bruins. For those of you who want me to take off my Bruin shirt. If you're going to poke the bear, if you're going to poke the Bruin, you're going to get it. Oh, now I'm going to talk about even more Bruins. Bruins, Bruins, and more Bruins, just to piss off Chuck and King of Cups, Dennis. Bruins, Bruins, and Bruins, and more Bruins. Go Bruins. You should know me by now. You give me shit, I'm going to give it right back with all love. All right, people. No, I'm not going to do a striptease, Chuck. Oh boy, you guys are too much. All right, so let's get into it. I don't even watch hockey either. To tell you the truth, I haven't watched a hockey game all season. I just put this on because I heard that they're in the Stanley Cup Finals, so figured I'd do my part. I'm not even watching the game. So seriously, if they lose, no skin off my back. I didn't even buy the shirt. Somebody gave it to me as a gift. All right, folks. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So let me do a poll for the Soul Tribe and see what we can expect for the next week, and then we'll get into it. You guys are too funny. Chuck and Dennis, you're too funny. I'll tell you a story. One time I was walking down the street. This was years ago, about 10, 15 years ago, and I was it's an NYC. And it was about, I don't know, it's like a group of, I don't know, 4 or 5 older men. Then I was walking down the street and I was talking to them. I was talking to them. Hi, how are you? And they said, where you from? I said, from Boston. We're like, boo, boo, Red Sox suck. And I looked at these 4 men. I said, really? Really? Do you really think I give a shit about baseball or who wins or loses? Shame on you guys. I don't even care. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. But so you know, people really take the sports really seriously in Boston, especially the rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox. It's like crazy. It's like, hold on, people, it's a game. It's a game. That's it. Anyway, all right. Let's find out what's going to happen with the Soul Tribe. Okay, Holy Spirit of God and Lord Yeshua and Archangel Michael, I ask for your protection so that nothing evil and nefarious can infiltrate this reading or my cards, and they're already flying. I also ask that the chat be positive and happy and no trolls. I ask that everyone's equipment, everyone's internet, and all the electronic equipment go perfectly, and that everyone is happy and gets all their questions answered tonight. In the holy name of Lord Yeshua HaMashiach. All right. What is going to happen for the Soul Tribe the next week? We want a general reading for the Soul Tribe, Soul Family for this coming week. What can we expect? Let's see. Okay, so this is the recent past for the Soul Family, Soul Tribe. So the week prior, this was coming up this past week, we were in charity. So we were the recipient of charity. We were very giving of ourselves. We were giving of our time. This isn't just money. This is that we were, like I said, we were giving of our time. We were sending love and support. We were also gaining love and support from others. So this is a great card. We were really helping each other. This is just like that Soul Tribe, the Soul Tribe helping each other channel on was a Telegram. That's what I get. We were helping each other and helping others, and we were receiving help. So this was a really, really nice week for the Soul Family, Soul Tribe. We were recipient of charity and giving charity. Here we are now, though. As a collective, we're going through a period of fluctuation and uncertainty. We don't know what's going on. We're using our subconscious and we're using our intuition, although a lot of us are going through some anxiety. A lot of us are overthinking, not knowing what's going to happen. So we must be very careful not to overthink, not to ruminate, not to let fear and anxiety overwhelm you, because this is where a lot of the Soul Tribe is. Okay. We all know that whatever we focus on comes true, and whatever we focus on brings like energy. So we have to be very, very cognizant not to overthink, not to ruminate, and not to worry. Okay. Because whatever you worry about, you bring in more things to worry about. It's like attracts like. So we have to be very, very conscious of that. Also, we have to be conscious of gathering in groups and talking and worrying and talking. So when we collaborate, when we're talking with people, when we're gathering today, we have to be very, very wary and not to bring that anxiety onto other people. When you're in groups of people, if they're not speaking positively, if they're being Debbie Downers, it's time to hit the road, Jack. Because as much as you love other people, you have a right to your boundaries and you have a right to protect yourself from any negative energy. So be very cautious this week about spending time with people that are not positive, okay? Because the energies are very, very strong right now. They're very aggressive. We're going to see lots of aggressive people. We're going to find out who people really are this week, folks. Okay, the veil is very, very thin. So people's masks are coming off. Unfortunately, not Biden's mask, but other masks are coming off. So be very, very wary of who you spend your time with. Be very, very wary about groups of negativity and negative people. If you have to, like I said, step out the jack, plaque, back, whatever, step out the back, Jack, make a new plan, stand. Time to get up, take a sidestep away from these people because they become very aggressive and they can come at you very, very strong. Okay. Now, coming up, we need to surrender. This card looks very, very scary, but I'm not getting painful endings. I'm getting surrender. That means surrender your worries, surrender your cares, surrender anything that you don't have control of. Right now, we're in a time where we're expecting the unexpected. We know that something's happening. We know that so many things are happening globally and energy-wise, and with this Heaven's Cross portal that started a month or so ago. So we need to surrender anything that we have no control of. And this goes along with the negativity, the anxiety, the ruminating, the depression, okay? Because we know right now that in the astral, all the minions, the deep dark minions are blasting anxiety. They want us to fear. So we have to be very, very careful, especially when we're around family, because this is the family card. So again, do not spend time with family, even if you're family and you love them, if they are not positive, if they're Debbie Downers, if they're toxic. You have every right not to spend time with family. And this is we're walking into a new direction. So after we surrender, and let go of all the things that we can't control, this means that we're opening up the door to step in a new direction, new beginnings, going into the unknown. And the unknown is not a bad place. Actually, the unknown is a really good place because we have so many things to expect. Expect wonderful new things to happen. Okay, folks? So again, don't give in to anxiety and fear. Know that stepping into the unknown, it might be a little scary, but also don't look at it as scary. Look at it as an excitement because I mean, listen, if everything was the same and we knew what was going to happen, wouldn't it be boring? Part of the zest and the excitement of life is not knowing what's happening. You can't control Delphine. No one control me, King. That's true. All right, folks. So just a little pep talk as to not let things bother you that you have no control of. Financial system, no control of. What's happening with Brandon and son of a Brandon, no control of. All right, all these Tucker Carlson getting fired, all these things that are happening, no control of. Whether the Bruins win or lose, who cares? No control. The unknown might be a little, might be a little scary, but if you take that energy that was mostly scaredy energy and turn it into excitement, oh, who knows what can happen? So we have to kind of change our thinking as to when we're little. When you're little, ooh, when I grow up, I wonder what's going to happen or what's going to happen next. Think of it more of an exciting and expecting the best instead of the worst. Okay? And that's my pep talk for the week, Soul Family, Soul Tribe. Now let's get into it with the readings. Now, Craig from Australia had a reading that he gave to me the other night, and he wanted me to read it online, but I don't see him, so I'm not going to read it until I see him in the chat, if he's in the chat. So I'm going to skip Craig's, and I'm going to go to the first question. But if Craig, if you're out there, he usually is in the chat if he's out there. So anyway. And again, thank you for all the prayers and well wishes. They really helped you. All right, so the first question of the night is my king. King Dennis. All right, and hold on a minute. I have to flow my note. Pardon me, folks. All right. Thank you, Ocean Odell, for saying I'm rocking the Boston Bruins shirt. Other people didn't like that I had the Bruins shirt on. I will not name any names. All right. I love you, Dennis and Chuck. Anyway, Dennis would like to know, my king, is Tiamat also known as Maldek? Is Tiamat also known as Maldek? And correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I heard that Maldek is the planet where all the Bigfoots and the skunk apes and all those come from, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, thank you so much, Windy Day. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate that. Okay, is Tiamat also known as Maldek? Is Tiamat also known as Maldek? Dennis, my king, would like to know, is Tiamat also known as Maldek? Let's find out, King. Oh, oh, that's right. I am getting ahead of the other question. That's right, King. I just saw that. Yes, Tiamat was also known as Maldek. However, it's been known for a few things. So I believe that something happened with Maldek and there was some kind of big break. I don't know if there was something happened with the planet, but I have a feeling there's some kind of catastrophe with the planet and only part of the planet survived and then it turned into Tiamat. So I think, yes, Tiamat was also known as Maldek. They're the same thing. However, I'm also getting that Tiamat was also known as many other names. Okay, so this planet has had many, many births and rebirths and deaths. Okay, this planet's been gone through a lot. So I don't think it was just known as Tiamat. It was known as other things. But yes, Dennis, that is true to it. That's a yes. There's your truth. Okay. Also, there's a lot to also there's a lot of family there. So I get a feeling that there's a lot of people that were on Maldek that are part of our celestial family. Okay, and there's you, King of Cups. There's your truth. Also, this is something that is going to come out eventually. Okay, so I do get that. Yes, Tiamat was also known as Maldek, but I get, like I said, it was also known as other things. And something really, really bad happened with Maldek. Okay, I have a feeling that maybe there was some kind of catastrophe and part of it blew off and then it turned into Tiamat, or something happened where a lot of people had to move or leave the planet, but there's some kind of catastrophe and a lot of the inhabitants of Maldek had to leave and then it became Tiamat. And also I get that there was a lot of different reincarnations with this planet. It has been through a lot of stuff. So that is a yes, Dennis. Lady, it did blow up. Well, there you go. It blew up. So that could be the reason why it was known as different things. But yes, it was Tiamat was known as Maldek, and among its other things. All right. And also, I think isn't that the reason why there's an asteroid belt? I think there's a reason why there's an asteroid belt, is it? Oh yeah, Louise just said it. That's why there's an asteroid belt left. Okay. So yes, that's what happened. But I do get that there's an asteroid belt, but part of Maldek survived. Okay, so I don't know, not all of it blew up, but I'm getting most of it blew up, but the part of it that survived. And that's probably why all of the Sasquatches are here now, because of their planet. So yes, Dennis, you are correct. And thank you for the super coffee. Very interesting. Hold on, let me just log in. Let me just log in so I can, I'm going to delete your questions after I answer them. So I make sure I get all of them. There's DHP. Ooh, okay, here we go. All right, Dennis, you got the first question, my king. Thank you for the coffee. All right, second question by my king as well. It's a super coffee or a great cup. I don't know. I call them super coffees, Jay. Okay, my king, Dennis, again, wants to know, are the native ancestors of both North and South America, along with Russia, from the land of Mu? Very good question. Okay. Are the native ancestors of both North and South America, along with Russia, from the land of Mu? So why don't I want to break it down into three. I'm going to say, are the native ancestors of North America from the land of, I'll break it into three. So we get 3 yeses or 3 nos. So first thing, are the native ancestors of North America from the land of Mu? Holy Spirit of God and Lord Yeshua. And my cards are flipping already. Why is it every time I start shuffling for Dennis, the cards flip? Are the native ancestors of North America from the land of Mu? We're going to do this to 3, Dennis. Are the native ancestors of South America from the land of Mu? Are the native ancestors of North America from the land of Mu? Yes, Dennis, they are. So the North American ancestors are from the land of Mu, definitely. I get that there was some kind of capturing. Okay, so I get that some of our North America ancestors from North America, from the land of Mu. I get that some of those ancestors were actually captured against their will, and they were moved against their will, captured and used as slaves. But yes, Dennis, that is a big yes. And they're also a part of our celestial family because there's the family card. Here's another yes. And also, this is a big, big turmoil. So there was some kind of battle in which a lot of our ancestors, they lost the battle, obviously, because they were imprisoned and taken against their will. But Dennis, there's your truth. And again, they are part of our ancestors. They are direct lineage of us. So yes, Dennis. So native ancestors of North America are from the land of Mu. Now let's ask if the South American ancestors are from the land of. Okay. Are the native ancestors, what fell out? Well, military. Let's find out more. Okay. Are the South American ancestors from the land of Mu? Are the native ancestors from South America from the land of Mu? South America. Are they from the land of Mu? Already hot stuff, folks. Whew. Yeah, Dennis. Yes. There's your yes. And again, they left because they wanted to leave. Okay, so this is them leaving, walking away from dark skies into clearer waters. A public victory. Yes. And I get to that. There was female leaders in this tribe, big time female leaders. There's your truth, Dennis. So that's yes. It gave them justice, so they were getting away from a bad situation. Enter happier, clearer times, happiness. And there you are, Dennis, another King of Cups. The second time you've shown up in your own reading. So yes, Dennis, big time, yes. All right, guys, hold on 1 second. I just have to put on my fan higher because, menopause is so happy. It's just so much fun. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, folks. Have to put all my fans on. I have a fan here, a window here. So much fun. Being a woman is so much fun. That's why when you see these assholes like Dylan Mulvaney and that other jerk mocking women when they don't have to go through the things that we have to go through and call themselves women, it's really infuriating. All right. So thank you for the super coffee. Oh, we have one more. We have to ask, is Russia, are the native ancestors from Russia from the land of Mu? So let's ask, Dennis. Are the native ancestors from Russia from the land of Mu? Are our native ancestors from Russia from the land of Mu? Getting the same cards, and you see me shuffle. You see how much I shuffle. I'm getting the same cards. Chuck, hot flashing. Chuck, you're too funny. My heart is flashing. Woo! Yes, Dennis, same exact cards. Big truth. There's your truth. part of the same celestial family. So I'm telling you guys, the land of Mu, whoever's in Mu, the north, these people are all related to us. They're part of our lineage, part of our family. So a lot of us came from Mu because I keep on getting the same cards. Okay. They actually moved very quickly. So they had to get out of there quick too. Okay. And it was a big surprise to them. So they did not plan on leaving. Something happened. And it was a big surprise and they left quickly. Okay. And when they left, there was divine harmony and balance. Okay. So yes. So that's a triple yes, Dennis. Yes on North America, yes on South America, and yes on Russia. All of those ancestors originated from the land of Mu. And thank you for the super coffee. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And we kept on getting the family card. So there are direct lineage, peeps. There are direct lineage. Very interesting. Okay, so here's the question that I already spoke about. Are the Sasquatch beings originally from Maldek and are here to serve out their karmic restitution along with guarding portals? Okay, so I have heard by many sources that Sasquatch beings are from Maldek and they're here because their planet blew up or partially blew up and that's part of the asteroid belt. Let's ask. Okay, are the Sasquatch beings originally from Maldek? I'm going to ask that first. Are the Sasquatch beings originally from Maldek? Yes, they are. That fell out. That means that they moved. Okay. They changed the location. They moved the location. So yes, but I'm going to keep on pulling. Are the Sasquatch beings originally from Maldek? But that fell out. So that means that they moved from their original planet. Will med beds reduce the size of your boobs? I don't know, but I would like that because I need a little reduction and a lift. So if that's the case, I'm on board, Russ. I'm on board. They can get rid of your moves. They can get rid of some of my boobs. You know about my cup runneth over? Yeah, really runneth over. You know what I mean? Women that have big boobs don't understand why women pay for them. Just saying, because you don't have to carry these big jugs around. Oh, Dennis, yes, we knew it. So that's a big yes. Okay, everyone. So the Sasquatch are from Maldek, big time. Again, believe it or not, they might not look like us, but they're part of our celestial family. We're all related. Big sudden turmoil. They had to leave. They had to get off their planet because there was no planet left. Let's face it, they blew up. Once they came, they were victorious. They walked into the unknown. Yes, and they've been here planning to help ever since. So yes. Now let's ask, are they here to serve karmic restitution? Because they were bad boys. Let's find out. Okay. Are the Sasquatch here to serve out karmic restitution? Are the Sasquatch beings here to serve out their karmic restitution? Well, if they blew up their planet because they were dumb, I would say so, but let's find out. Actually, they went through a portal. Okay. When their planet blew up, they went through a portal. Okay. To get here. All right. This was part of a war. Okay. So there was a big war on that planet. And obviously they lost the war. Okay. Big time. So they're here. They're here because they were strategically placed here because they had nowhere else to go. Okay. This is something that they're in a very unusual position. So I would say that I don't know if it's karmic restitution, Dennis. Okay, because this is kind of like the gossip card, so may not be true. So I'm gonna pick three more because they're here because of a battle. All right, they were definitely in a battle. All right, they were tricky. They pulled something on. They pulled something, and there's something strategic. But I get that they're here. They went through a portal to get here. But let me find out if it's for karmic restitution, because that really didn't answer. Are they here for karmic restitution? Are they here for karmic restitution? They came through a portal, so they probably are here to grab the portals, but I just want to ask that question again. Okay, yes. Yes, Dennis. So that the other one kind of told the other reading I just did kind of told how they got here. They went through portals after a there's a big battle. Yes, Dennis, they're here for their karmic restitution. All right. This is something that's been planned because they've been bad. They did blow up their planet. There's your truth and there's justice. Okay. And they're walking away from a very tough time and they suffered a loss. So, yes, they're here for cosmic restitution for sure, because I have a feeling that they blew up their planet because of wars. I have a feeling there was like incessant wars. There was constant wars. And I also get the feeling they were playing with things that they shouldn't have been playing with, like like, I don't know, nuclear weapons or something, because they blew up their planet. So let me also ask, are they here to guard portals? Are the Sasquatch also here to guard portals? They're here for a couple of reasons. One is to guard portals and for karmic restitution. Yes, Dennis. So yes, I would say yes, but they're here for other things too. They're here to balance out energy. They're also working on they're working on their energy. This is something that's new for them. So they're working on some kind of energy balance. So they're testing out some kind of energy balance that they're new at. This is something new for them. So they are here to do karmic restitution. They're also guarding portals, but they're also doing other things too. Okay. And I am getting that in the Sasquatch, the women are the leaders. Okay. The women rule the roost in the Sasquatch. Okay. I'm getting two women. Okay. So I believe that when it comes to Sasquatches, women rule the Sasquatches, unlike men usually rule things. I'm getting that there's female leaders. Okay. I'm also getting that they're in the process of making decisions here. So I don't know what the decisions are, but I'm not sure if they're going to stay or not. Maybe they're not sure if they're going to stay during the ascension. But I have a feeling that the powers that be are making decisions about them. So yes, Dennis, they are serving out a karmic restitution. They are guarding portals. However, they're also here learning about energy. They're learning something new. They're like apprentices of this new energy. So I have a feeling that they're trying to balance out some negative energy. There must have been a lot of negative energy and a negative timelines. I'm getting maybe there's like timeline twists. So when their planet blew up, there must have been all kinds of like I'm seeing twists in timelines and big knots in timelines. So I have a feeling that the energy of their planet, when it blew up, there's still a lot of that energy. So when they came here, they're trying to undo all those binds of energy knots. Because when everything blew up, a lot of them died too. A lot of them died. And the ones that didn't come here through the portal, I have a feeling they're trying to work out all the knots and energy that are left there, if that makes sense. So this is something that is new to them. They haven't done before, and they're kind of like apprentices. So they're also trying to work out their own negative energy that's still left in that astral plane, because I'm seeing twists and knots of energy because of all what happened with that with Maldek. So they're also trying to work out the energy knots that were left there around the planet. And I don't know if I hope I'm reiterating this. I'm just kind of telling you what I see and kind of what I'm getting. So there's many different reasons, Dennis, but so that's a yes on both with an extra added bonus. And thank you for the super coffees. But yes, portals and karmic restitution is a big thing. Big time. All right. Let's go to the next one. It's Jay. Jay wants to know, as we grow spiritually, does our DNA change with it? Very interesting question. Very, very interesting question. Very interesting question. Okay. So Jay would like to know, as we grow spiritually, does our DNA change? As we grow spiritually, does our DNA change? As we grow spiritually, does our DNA change? Yes, our DNA does change big time. It takes a little time. It doesn't happen right away. So once we grow spiritually, it's very, very slow. So this happens in divine timing. So it doesn't happen right away, but it does happen to moderate. Definitely, definitely. Yep. It's something that they planned. So that's a definite. And there's a off-worlder card, a spiritual card. Definitely. And I will say that it changes with the help of our guides. So it's not something that just happens. It changes with the help of our guides. So once we change spiritually with whatever guide we uses, whoever it is that's assigned to us, they change our DNA. So it happens. I'm also getting, Jay, that when we have spiritual battles as well, that changes our DNA too. So we have to be very, very careful. Okay. Be very vigilant of our spiritual battles, because that can negatively change our DNA. So that's a little caveat. So yes, Den. So yes, that's a big yes, Jay. When we spiritually evolve, it changes our DNA, but it goes both ways. If we go down the negative spiritual rabbit hole, it can make our DNA downgrade and degrade our DNA. Does that make sense? If we're practicing witchcraft, if we're practicing negative things, that can change our DNA negatively. So that's a big yes. And thank you for the super coffee. Makes sense though. If you are doing, once you evolve spiritually, your DNA is more activated. And if you're doing bad things, goes the other way. So in other words, God will take it and then God will take away. He will give it to you, but if you misuse it, he'll take it away and deactivate your DNA, because we all know when your DNA is activated, there's more spiritual gifts. Big time. Okay. Again, my king has another one. Regarding the law of one, is Ra really a collective of diverse, higher dimensional souls who've merged and taken the form of one expanded collective consciousness? Yes, I have heard that it is a collective consciousness. But let's ask, okay, is Ra really, I forget what it's called. There's something, it's when we all kind of merge into one soul. I forget the name of it. There's a term for it. Is Ra really a collective of diverse higher dimensional souls who have merged into one collective consciousness? Social memory complex. That's it. It's a social memory complex. That's the term. So I'm going to use that. Is Ra a social memory complex? Is Ra a group of collective souls in a social memory complex? Meaning a bunch of souls grouped together that become one collective consciousness. Is Ra a social memory complex? Yes, Louise, love does heal DNA, for sure. As well as hate degrades it. There's always an equal and opposite, for sure. Yes, Dennis, Ra is a social memory complex. When it happened, it didn't happen overnight. It was very, very long process, but when it did, it changed their lives forever. There's a yes. They're very content and happy. Yes. Yes, Dennis, there is truth. There is truth in what you're saying. And it was a divine gift. So yes, the law regarding the law of one, Ra is a collective, diverse, higher dimensional being souls who merged and taken on the form of one collective conscious, known as a social memory complex. And that is a yes. Big time, Dennis. Yes. And they have a nice balance of male and female leaders energy. So it's like there's not like all men or all women. They have a nice collective of like masculine and feminine, very perfectly blended. And thank you for the super coffee. Dennis, I'm telling you, you are on a roll, my king. You are on a roll. Okay. DHP Jr. DHP, you were missed last time. Everyone was looking for you. Okay. My DHP. If we imagine being in a certain place, although we are not there physically, can the place sense our presence energetically? Let's ask. Very, very good. Very, very good question. Okay. If we imagine a certain place, even though we're not there physically, can the place sense our presence energetically? If we imagine a place, even though we're not there physically, can the place sense our presence energetically? Great question. All of these are great questions. Can the place sense our presence energetically? Yes, it does. It can. But it only does for the same amount of time that we think about it, meaning that if you only think about it very quickly, it will only think of us quickly. It's not going to spend a lot of time. So it's equal to the amount of time and energy that you put into it. But yes, it does. And here's your yes. There's a wake up call. So yes, that is a yes. And that is another yes. Definitely. I almost think that when you put energy in there is a little bit of like a portal, not a big portal, but I do think there's a little bit of portal that brings our energy to that. But that would be a yes, DHP. Okay. Definitely yes. And again, it all depends on the amount of time and when we do it. Okay. So there's different times. So if we spend a lot of time focusing on it, it's going to be there a lot. It all depends on the amount of energy we put into it. But that's a yes. Now, the second part of the question is, Also, when bringing our minds back to where we are, does the energy from the place we mind to travel back follow us back? I believe it does, but let's ask as well. Because I think I pretty much answered that question the first part, but let's ask it. Okay. Also, when we bring our minds back to where we are, does the energy from the place we travel to in our mind follow back to us? So, also bringing back, when we bring back the energy from our minds, from the place we travel to, does the energy come back to us? I believe I answered that, but I'm just going to ask another question just in case. Yep, you got the same exact cards. Yep. So there's a yes. I got that card in the first part of the reading. So yes, that's a confirmation. That's a yes. Yep. It's equal to the time you spend. So whatever time you spend thinking about it, and then it comes back to you. Yep. Comes back because this is time and divine timing and moderation. So it's very balanced. The same time you spend thinking about it, and then once you come back, the same amount comes back. Yes. For sure. And there's your ace. So that is a double yes, DHP Junior. Yes and yes. And thank you for the super coffee. That makes sense, though. Definitely makes sense. Oh, that's right. I love my iced coffees. I have to tell you, King of Cups, being from Massachusetts, we're really into our iced coffees. It's funny because when I went out west, I asked for iced coffee in Colorado, and they looked at me like I had 5 heads. An iced coffee? What's an iced coffee? I'm like, excuse me, you don't know what an iced coffee is? Not to mention that it took me a half an hour to get my coffee. I mean, here in like, if you're on the East Coast, you get coffee 5 minutes. I noticed there's a big difference between East Coast and West Coast. East Coast, it's like you ask it and it's there. West Coast, it's you get it when they feel like it. They take their time on the West Coast. They're very slow. That drove me crazy about the West Coast. Sorry. Everything was so slow on the West Coast. I'm telling you, we wait 25 minutes for a cup of coffee. I almost lost my mind at Dunkin' Donuts there. All right, DHP Jr. Is the book City of Illusions a perfect depiction on how cunningly the dark infiltrates both humanity and the light galactic beings? Let's ask. Never read the book. Not a fan of the iced coffee. I'll take coffee in any way, shape, or form. I will take it hot. I will take it cold. I will take it lukewarm. To me, there's not a bad coffee. I love my coffee. Love coffee. It all depends. In the morning, sometimes I need a nice refreshing iced coffee. The thing about iced coffees though is you can suck them down like water, like 2 seconds. All right. DHP would like to know, is the book City of Illusions a perfect depiction on how cunningly the dark infiltrates both humanity and the light galactic beings? Sounds like a good book. Is the book City of Illusions a perfect depiction on how the dark infiltrates both humanity and the galactic light beings? Let's ask. No swear jar yet. I've been very good. I haven't sworn today. But that can change. That can change at any moment. Yes, DHP, it is. It is a depiction. There's your son. So big time. Yep, it is. There's your confirmation. All right. So I would say definitely yes. And I will do say that that book was a gift. That book was a gift that kind of let's put it this way. That book is part of disclosure. Okay. Because this is someone being handed something. So it's a message. So that book is definitely a message. Definitely a message. Excuse me. All right. And they weren't sure if they wanted to put it in that book. So that was something that they thought about for a long time, and they weren't sure if they were going to do it, but definitely. That book did not come out easily. It was they try to hide that book. Okay. There was a lot of burdens and hardships. Okay. So whoever wrote that book, they had a lot of burdens, and they felt like the weight of the world was on their shoulders. So I have a feeling that the Dark Cats try to block that book from coming out, because once that book came out, there was a big change in consciousness. So that is a big yes, Dent. Yes, 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 DHP. And it was something that was planned for a while. So that would be a big yes. Now, the second part of the question is also, is the world described in this book a real world? Okay, let's ask. Is the world in the book City of Illusions described in this book a real world? Is the world in the book City of Illusions described in the book a real world? Is it a real world? Yes, another sun. Yes, DHP, you're definitely on to something. Yep, it's a real world, and it's not in this world. It's galactic. It's another world. And there's your ace. So there's a double yes, DHP, big time. And you got the sun twice. Big, big time. And the star. So it's definitely a world. It's a world of galactics. Obviously not here, but yes and yes. Great cards. There's with what you can't get without ace and a sun. There's no in that. That is a big time. You got some big time yeses, DHP. And thank you for the super coffees. Wendy, thank you so much for the beautiful things you say on my page. Windy day, Wendy, love you, girl. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay, DHP again. My pal. I'm summoning intense spiritual flames around me for protection. I feel the intense energy. I can literally feel the flames come out of me and spreading out my surrounding like an energetic blast. Is this enough to keep the darkies away from me? Let's ask. Is is DHP Jr. summoning the intense spiritual flames around him enough protection to keep the darkies away from him? Is DHP summoning the intense spiritual flames to protect him around him? Is this enough to keep the darkies away from him? Let's ask. It helps, but you still have to ask your guides for protection, okay? So I'm getting a male guide that you need to ask for protection. There's one male guide. I don't know who it is. You know who it is. Your big male that you need to ask. So that's good, but it's not enough. You need to work with your male because he has a gift. See that right there? So there's a male guide that you need to work on. You're almost there. Okay, this is the 9. So you're doing a good job and you're content, but a 9 means that you need one more. 9 is almost there, but 10 is completion. Okay, so you're thinking, you're contemplating, but there's one more. See, one more cup. There's one more guide that you need to get in touch with. Okay, because there's still a little bit of a burden on you. Okay, so the truth is, one, you need to work with a guide. Okay, you need to work with your guide, and when you do, you need to surrender to the guide. Surrender it all. all the nervous energy. Once you surrender all of that energy to your guide, you're going to be okay because you get generosity and help. Okay. So yes, the spiritual flames does help DHP, but like I'm getting, you need to work with that one guide, and he's a big guide. And once you know who it is, I know you know who it is because it's a guide that you've been working with. Okay. He's a biggie. He's an archangel. You need to work with your archangel, whichever your I don't know if it's Michael or Raphael or Gabrielle, but it's one of the archangels you need to work with. Whoever resonates with you. And once you do, you have full protection. Okay? And you need to surrender everything to that guide, meaning that you surrender all the energies, everything to the guide. And once you do, you take care of it. Meaning that if you ask the guide for protection, you don't even need to do your spiritual flames. You surrender it all to this big guide, and he'll help you. And I have a feeling it's an archangel. Okay? So there's a guy that you work with that's an archangel. That's the one. I'm saying, the spiritual flames help, but they're not enough. You need a big spiritual protection. You need an archangel to kick demon ass. You need an archangel slayer, demon slayer to kick some demon ass. Okay? I hope that helps, DHP. And another one from Dennis. Oh my goodness, Dennis. Oh my goodness, Dennis, you are so sweet. So, Dennis, you really didn't have to do that. I love you, my king. Okay. The king donated a 30-minute reading to somebody. So at the end of the broadcast, at the end of this, I'll do some angel numbers to find out who needs the reading, and we'll select a person. But thank you so much, Dennis. My king, you didn't have to do that. That was so sweet of you, my Dennis. So at the end of this, we'll do some angel numbers, and I'll pick someone for a 30-minute reading. That was very sweet of you, Dennis. You didn't have to do that. I love you, my king. Very, very sweet of you. Chuck! Yay, Chuck. I knew you were in here somewhere, my Chuck. Chuck. Okay, recently on our Telegram chat, there was a video claiming the West Coast will be hit by a massive tsunami wave from Baja to Alaska. Is this really going to happen in our near future? Whew. Wow. Let's ask Chuck. And I have to reinstall that app that I had to uninstall, because you know me and apps, Chuck. I'm not the best with apps. Oh my God. I probably called you in the middle of the night. I'm so sorry. I was trying to leave Chuck a message, and I called him, and I did such crazy things. And then the chat, and then it froze the Discord. So I had to uninstall it. Oh my goodness. So probably if I called you at 3 a.m, Chuck, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. All right. Is the video claiming the West Coast will be hit by a massive tsunami wave from Baja to Alaska really going to happen in our near future? Is the video claiming that the West Coast will be hit by a tsunami wave? Is that true? Is that true? Let's look. What fell out? Is that true? We'll see what fell out, and then we're going to put it all together. I have a feeling it might be true, okay? Let's put it this way. If it happens, it's not going to be man-made, because they're juggling whether or not they're going to do it, okay? So it could be a realization. They're still deciding whether they're going to do it, because if it happens, it's not going to be an act of nature. Let's put it this way. If so, it's going to be purposely done. Ooh. Okay, it's still undecided. Okay, this reading kind of confirms what just fell out. So right now, it is in the plans, but they haven't decided whether or not. It's on hold. Okay, So they did plan it out. It's on hold. They're not sure whether or not they're going to do it. Okay. So it's on hold. They're not sure. It's something that they did plan though. Okay. Something that they planned, and it's to give full integration. So if it happened, it's because they want to get rid of something. They want to get rid of stuff. Okay. Again, it's hidden, not sure. If it happens, it will be in divine timing. But right now, it's like they don't want to. It doesn't want to be revealed because the Temperance card is also divine timing, but it's also something that's in divine balance. So they just want to make sure that if it happens, that only, let's put it this way, only the bad people would kind of get it. But I don't know how they would do that if it's a tsunami. But I'm just giving you what the cards read. Still undecided. Okay. Still undecided. There's a lot of fear and anxiety because a lot of people know it could happen. Okay. Again, something that they're planning for. They're planning for it because it could still happen. Okay. Good stuff. They're planning on it. They're doing this because they want to expand. I don't know what they want to expand. There's some kind of enterprise. So I have a feeling that if they're doing it to kind of get rid of some really disgusting, horrible things. I don't know if there's things underneath, but it's something that they're trying to get rid of. And if it happens, believe it or not, I think it's from the White Hats. I think it'd be something from the White Hats. So I'm getting that it's in the plans. However, they're not sure. They're not sure when it's going to happen, and they're not sure it's going to do it. So it's undecided, Chuck. It's undecided. However, it's something that could possibly happen. The cards are not saying that it's going to happen. It's all in divine timing. It's been put on hold. Okay, so they don't want to answer it just yet. But it's something that could happen, and they planned on doing. However, it's not nefarious. I'm getting it would be for good. And it would help to fully integrate, to like clear. I'm getting that it would clear a lot of negativity and also make way for the positives. So folks, I'm not, let's ask if it's going to be as okay. So let's see, ask if it's going to be as bad as they think it is. Maybe it's going to be a little tsunami. Maybe it's not going to go all the way to Alaska. So let's ask if it happens, is it going to be really intense and go from Baja to Alaska? Let's see how it's going to be. If they decide to do the massive tsunami wave, will it go from Baja to Alaska? Because I'm getting a feeling it's not going to be as big as they think. I'm getting a feeling that they're just going to do it, just kind of wipe out LA and Hollywood, because that 30-mile zone, you know how they call TMZ? The reason why they call it TMZ is that 30-mile zone. That 30-mile zone of LA is all demons. It's all in a big demonic grid. So I can see them trying to get rid of that. I really can. I can see them trying to like get that out. But I have a feeling that they would, when they do it, they would evacuate a lot of people. They wouldn't just, do it. They would, if they decide to do it, they're going to let people know that it, like a long time. It's not going to be like, they will try to get people out of it because they don't want people to die, innocent people to die. All right. Well, if they do it, it's going to definitely hit Baja. Okay. I'm not saying that it's going to hit Alaska, but if they do it again, the same card, they're planning on it. It's something that the military would do. Okay. It might cause a lot of fear and anxiety and destruction. They want to do it, but they also fear that they don't want to kill a lot of innocent people, obviously. Okay. However, if they did it, it would bring harmony and balance. It's something they've been planning for a long time and would bring like a victory. Okay. So I'm not getting that it would hit Alaska, but I'm getting that it's very, very possible that it could happen. However, I don't think it's going to be as big as going to Alaska. My feeling is that if it happened, they would primarily take out most of California, and specifically that 30-mile LA zone, because there's a lot of nefarious things in California. They're going to try to target that energy grid that's along the West Coast. Okay? I hope that answers your question, Chuck. So they're planning on it. It could happen. It's still undecided. Very scary. Very scary. However, like I said, they're not going to just like kill all these innocent people. If they were going to do it, they would find a way to get people out of there. I don't know if they would have earthquakes, but they will do something to get most people out of there. That's what I'm getting. And I hope that answers your question, Chuck. And thank you for the super coffee. And this is somebody. I don't know who someone is, but somebody bought me a coffee, whoever you are, somebody. Will we discover that certain frequencies along with natural remedies, cannabis, are enhanced if they use together? Will we discover that certain frequencies along with natural remedies like cannabis are enhanced if used together? That is a great question. That is a great question. Let's ask. Will we discover that certain frequencies used along with natural remedies such as cannabis are enhanced if used together? It seems like it would work, but let's ask. Well, natural frequencies along with cannabis, will they work well together? Yes, big time. Yes, yes, absolutely. So certain frequencies, when used with natural remedies such as cannabis and other plants, definitely will help you. And I'm getting that it's all independent, meaning that it all depends the different frequencies. So we all know like each frequency has a different property, but definitely yes. Different frequencies used with natural remedies can actually bring more balance and more divine properties. Yes, definitely. And I'm also getting that some frequencies along with the natural remedies, you can actually get a divine message from it. So when you use frequencies with natural remedies, you could also get some kind of a spiritual message. You could actually contact guides and kind of get a message and a surprise from the spiritual realm. So that's a yes, a big yes. And you also can get divine messages from the spiritual realm when you use frequencies along with natural remedies. And I heard that the best frequency, in my knowledge, is 528. 528 is the highest frequency, is the best frequency that we can use. Now, a lot of people don't know that the deep dark cult, thank you for the super coffee, whoever bought that. I don't know if it's Jay or whoever that someone was. Thank you for the super coffee. I watched this video about how the deep dark cult, the Rockefellers, back in the 19th century, they actually changed the musical scale. The musical scale is supposed to be based off 528 hertz. And because they wanted to downgrade our DNA and they wanted to bring down our frequency and our ascension, they changed the musical scale. They bullied the musical scale to be changed from 440. So our scale is based on 440 hertz now. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 528. When we use 528 and use that scale, we're hitting spiritual frequencies. So that bastards at the time, the Rockefellers, bullied the musical establishment back in the early 1900s. They didn't want to. They fought it because they purposely wanted to change our frequency, because if we played 528 frequencies, that would actually align us with spirit. And of course, they don't want us to have our power. So just a little info for you. Okay, DHP Jr. Was the death surrounding the leakage of the secret covenant file? Was there death surrounding the leakage of the secret covenant file? Was this blow felt by the dark beast throughout the cosmos? Let's see. I've never heard of it. Okay, was the death surrounding the leakage of the secret covenant file? Was there death surrounding the leakage of the secret covenant file. Yep, there was. There was. There's your ace. So that's a yes. Yep. And didn't end badly. So there's your death. Yep. Some people were killed, literally stabbed, literally killed. Yep. That's a big yes. Big yes. They wanted it to be kept secret and they fought, there was a big fight over it, but it was our intergalactic. I get the intergalactics. I get the space white hats, the ETs that are working with us that definitely leaked it. So that's a yes. And some people did die. Okay, now, was this blow felt by the darkies throughout the cosmos? Let's ask. Was this blow felt by the darkies throughout the cosmos? Was this death? Was the leakage of the secret covenant file? Was this blow felt by the darkies throughout the cosmos? Was this blow of the leakage of the secret covenant file? Was it felt by the darkies throughout the cosmos? Yes, that's them. They didn't like it. It brought them sleepless nights, brought them a lot of distress, big time. Okay. This is somebody pain, anguish, sorrow, regret, literally the card of the nightmare. Oh, yeah. Brought them. It was felt big time and not in a good way. They are not happy about it. It's causing them a lot of distress. Yep. And it's the baddies because that's them. These are my deep dark cults, the Hierophant, because this is like religion. Big time. Big time. But the military, it was done for military. Big time. Yep. And there's your truth. There's your truth. And I'm also getting that there's also another secret covenant that is actually, I'm getting that they revealed some, but there's actually more to come. So don't be surprised if there's some other secret covenants that come out. Okay. And it was our divine family that did it. And it was to bring harmony and balance to humanity. So the secret covenant was leaked to help humanity. Okay. Help humanity. And oops, it fell. I'm getting that it was a bunch of women celestials. Okay. I'm getting that mission was all about women. So women did it. Women leaked it out and women ran that mission. Okay. Big time. Because I'm getting a lot of motherly energy. So that was a mission that was done by women, mostly women. And I hope that makes sense to you. And thank you for the super coffee. So yes, it was leaked. It was death. And the darkies did feel it and they weren't happy about it. And thank you for the super coffees, DHP Jr. And great questions. All right. Let's see. DHP. In the movie Pleasantville, two outsiders parallel jump into a perfect innocent town. Every action they made had a ripple effect on the people and changed the town's behavior. I do remember that movie. That was the one in black and white, right? Is this how things work out in the world? Does our new behavior create a ripple effect? If so, are we responsible for every new ripple effect? Let's ask. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, is that how we work? Is every action that we do Is every action that we make a ripple effect on how it changes? And is that how things work in the world? Does our behavior have a ripple effect that goes out and changes the world? Okay. Is that how things work in the Does our new behavior have a ripple effect? Does our new behavior have a ripple effect? That was a great movie. I really liked that movie with Tobey Maguire, and everything is like black and white. I believe that was a great movie. Yes, it does. So whatever we do, it does have a ripple effect. It does affect other people. Okay, so whatever we do can either, this is a sudden change, so it could change somebody for the positive or for the negative. So yes, it does have a ripple effect. Okay, this is, everything comes full circle. You notice how it starts there and comes full circle. So one thing you do goes out there and it comes back. It kind of creates a little portal and a little circle. So I would say yes. And that is a definite yes. Okay. And if we do something negative, it comes back to us even more so. So just know that. Okay. So yes, that is a yes. And is this how things work out in the world? We already decided yes. If so, are we responsible for every new ripple effect? Let's ask. If so, are we responsible for every new ripple effect? Are we responsible for every new ripple effect? Are we responsible for every new ripple effect? Very interesting questions. Okay, so here's the question. So once we take an action, okay, what is it saying is that the ripple effect happens quickly, okay? However, it does change. There's a sudden change. However, it's not just your responsibility. It's the responsibility of both parties, meaning that whether or not how the individual, so let's put it this way, you're not responsible for the full effect. If it affects other people, it's up to the other individual whether or not they choose to be affected by it, whether or not they agree to it or disagree. So it's not just one person. It's up to the different individual, meaning that, okay, you do something. Let's say that you do something shitty to somebody, whether or not they come back to you and do it. And if it continues, it's not your fault. It's not to you. You're responsible for the energy that you put out there. Whether or not somebody picks up that energy and what they do with it is up to the individual. So basically it's saying that no, you're only responsible for the energy that you put out there. Whatever, if your energy hits other people, it's their responsibility to either take on that energy or transmute it and change it, okay? Because it's saying that multiple people are hit with multiple energies, okay? And it's up to you whether or not you accept it or not, okay? Because this is your soul. So it's up to your soul and your soul's contract about how you behave. And this is a wake-up call, meaning that what it's up to you. So no, you're not responsible. You're responsible for the initial energy that you put out there. However, you have to know that it comes back to you. So whatever negative energy you put out there comes back to you. Whatever positive energy you put out there comes back to you, because is this the judgment? Okay, this is the wake up call, meaning that you're judged. This is the karma. Whatever you put out there comes back. However, each person that is in line with that energy, you're not responsible for them. They're responsible for their energy and how they act. So if you put out negative energy, it's up to the other person whether they're affected by it or not. So no, you're not responsible for the ripple effect. Each person is responsible for their own energy. However, you have to know that whatever you put out comes back to you. So in a sense, I guess you are responsible. However, like I said, it's up to the individual. If it hits somebody else, you're not responsible for them. They're responsible for themselves, whether they take on the energy or not, whether they dispel the energy or not, whether they absorb the energy or not, it's up to the individual. I hope that answers your question in a roundabout way, DHB. And thank you for the super coffees as always. Well, we all know whatever comes out comes back to you, and whatever you do bad comes back to you worse. So if you put out negative energy, it comes back to you 7 times 7. Okay. I have a few more DHP, but I'm going to split it up and do one for Cecilia now, and I'll come back to you, DHP. Hi, Delphine. Hi, beautiful Cecilia. Does Spirit have something uplifting for me today? Thank you. Tons of love to you. Tons of love back to you. Let's see. I'm going to do Cecilia. Well, this flew out, so I think you have some decisions to make. Are you right now in a little stalemate? Don't know what to decide? Because this flew out. So I don't know if you're kind of in a position where you have to make some decisions and you don't know what to do, because that's usually like the stalemate card where you're not sure what to do. Anyway, let's find out what Spirit has in store for Cecilia, and I hope it's good. Holy Spirit of God, Lord Yeshua, can you please give me a general reading for Miss Cecilia? We need a general reading from Miss Cecilia. What is going to happen in the life of Miss Cecilia? Spirit of God and Lord Yeshua. General reading for Miss Cecilia. Okay, well, this is the recent past. So have you had some sleepless nights? This is you a little bit worrying. So I don't know. Hopefully you're done with this, but this is your recent past. So this is showing that you've had some sleepless nights, or you've been worrying about stuff. This is worrying, anxious, doing a lot of ruminating, anxious. So you've been through the ringer. Okay, been worrying, not been going through a good time, losing sleep, going through a really tough time, and getting lots of worry, lots of anxiousness. That's in your past, and hopefully it's in your past. Right now, though, you're in a good space. Okay, so right now you're very sovereign, you're very well balanced, you're in a good space in your home life, in your work life, you're very sovereign. You're getting a lot of nurturing and love from people, kind of like the Divine Mother. Okay, so you're in a really good position now, really well-rounded, very sovereign. You're in control. You're leading your life. You're not taking any guff. So this is a good position. However, you are working on some long-range plans. So I don't know if you're making decisions, but I'm getting that you have a lot of choices to make. I'm getting that you're thinking about work. I don't know if it's about work, but you have some decisions to make in work. I'm getting that you're thinking about how you're going to make money, what you're going to do in the long run. So you have a lot of decisions to make. And I'm getting it's about your long-term, your future, what you're going to do in your future. And this is something you've been working very hard on, and you're really thinking about the long term. Okay, so whatever it is, you're going to succeed, because this is the strength card. So not only are you going to be stronger and tame the beast, you're going to be successful. This is money coming. This is warmth and sincerity coming. This is somebody that's worked really, really hard at something, that's gone through the ringer, and you're getting your just reward. So whatever you've been working on, it's going to work out, and you're going to get your reward. You're going to be stronger and you're going to benefit. So you're actually going to be in a good place. So So no more worrying and sleepless nights. No more being upset. No more ruminating, my dear, because you're going to be in a good place. This is your near future. You might not see it now. You might not know it, but you're in a good position. This is saying, let go and surrender it because God has something in store for you. Once you let go and surrender it, you're going to see a new perspective. You're going to see the situation in a way that you could have never seen it before. You're going to get a divine intervention. Just let go and let God. Once you do and surrender it to God, you're going to be in a much better place. Like I said, you're going to have a bird's eye view and you're going to see things that you never saw before. Okay. You might have to juggle. You might have to juggle a few things right now. You might have to go in between. I'm getting, I don't know if this is work or something, but you might have to juggle two things or maybe work another job or two things, but you're going to be juggling a few things in the interim. However, you're going to be successful because there's the star card. You're not only are you getting a lot of divine guidance, this is hope and faith. You're going to be fine. And you also have a lot of guides that are working for you. Okay. So you're coming out of this. You're in a sovereign place where you're establishing boundaries and you're in a leadership position of your life. You're taking control of your life. You're making plans for the future and you're going to be successful. You're going to tame the beast. You're not going to take any crap. Spirit is saying, let go and let God. You need to surrender it. Don't worry about it anymore. Let God take care of it. You might have to juggle some things in the interim. You might be juggling different tasks. You might not know what to do. However, Spirit is going to take care of you. Your guides are going to take care of you, and you are going to be just fine. And I hope that resonates with you, my dear. I hope that resonates. You're going to be just fine, my girl. Just leave it to God. Let go and let God. And tons of love to you back, Cecilia. Guys, I had a reading with Cecilia. She's gorgeous. Just saying, beautiful, beautiful Cecilia. She is as beautiful on the outside as she is on the inside. All right, back to GHP Jr. My soul bro. What in May 2023 looking like? Okay, what is May 2023 looking like in the negative timeline? Woo, good question. Is the third temple in Jerusalem already built in that timeline? Good question. Hold on, let me just wipe my nose. Sorry, folks. Don't need to see that on camera. Okay. What is May 2023 looking like in the negative timeline? Well, I hope we don't go to the negative timeline. That's for sure. Let's ask. What is May 2023 going to look like in the negative timeline? May 2023 in the negative timeline. Holy Spirit of God and Lord, what is May 2023 going to look like in the negative timeline? I was hoping we got rid of all the negative timelines. That's what we're here for, to get rid of all the negative timelines. Okay, so May 2023 in the negative timeline would be lots of fear and anxiety. So May 2023, they're going to really pull out the fear. They're going to do lots of false, flappy things. You know what I'm saying? They're going to really pump out the fear. There's going to be lots of fake wars. They're going to say there's going to be a nuclear war. They're going to say there's going to be lots of lies, wars, famine, all kinds of stuff. So they're going to really do a lot of the fear porn. Lots of lies. No food, no electricity, all kinds of things. They're going to definitely pump out the fear. Pump out the fear big time. Okay? They're also going to be they're going to be the money. They're going to say that there's no money. One of the biggest things they're going to say in May 23 is that there's no money left, okay? That we're broke. Although we know that there's a quantum financial system. However, in the negative timeline, if the negative timeline goes through, they're going to say that we have no money left, that we're poor. We're not going to have any food left. They're going to really say that there's no food, there's no money, there's no electricity, Social Security's gone. So they're going to say, they're going to really, really pump out the thing that the US dollar's gone and the money, we have no money. Okay. That we're going to be famine. There's no food. I mean, that's why they were, derailing trains and stuff. They were poisoning our food and stuff like that. So definitely, definitely. They'll use the military. They're going to try to use the military and say we're going to go on lockdown too. That's another thing. Another pandemic. I'm getting there's another pandemic and then we're going to go in lockdown again. And they have a few nefarious surprises. Okay. So in May 23, the negative timeline looks like fear porn. They're going to say no money, no food. There's another pandemic coming. They're gonna say there's no money, there's not enough food, not enough energy too. They're gonna say that something with the energy. They're gonna say there's not electricity. They're gonna just really pump out the fear because right now they know that all the demons and the darkies know that their time is almost up. They know that their time is up, so they are going to take every trick that they have up their sleeve to really, really get us to be fearful. And there's going to be lots of lies and deception. So that's what it would look like on the negative timeline. Now let's see, is the third temple in Jerusalem already built in that timeline? Is the third temple in Jerusalem already built on that timeline? Is that third temple in Jerusalem already built on that timeline? I think when the third temple is built, isn't that when Christ comes back? Isn't that when Yeshua makes his return? Let's ask. Is the third temple already built? Yep. If that is already built, it is. Yep. There's your ace. Truth. Yep. They've been working on it. This is something that they were collaborating with, definitely. And there's your Empress. That's a yes. But the biggest yes is that. So yes, the third temple is already built on that timeline. Big, big, big yes. Okay. Big yes. Wow. That is crazy, DHP. So lots of fear porn and negative stuff. And yes, the third temple in Jerusalem is already built on that timeline. That is insane. Woo, crazy. Wow. That is insane. So yes, it is built on that timeline. And I'm also getting that it wasn't easy. It was a real big task to do it. A lot of people, a lot of trickery and magician. A lot of people built that. A lot of people that were just coming into their powers. Wow. That temple was not built. If it was built, it was not built by, like, let's say, men. They used metaphysical properties. They built it literally with magic using technology. Just saying. So I got the magician card. So it wasn't built like rock by rock. It was built like energy and, people using like their hands to hover things. We're talking big time magical spiritual energy. It wasn't built by men just doing rocks, so to speak. Lots of spiritual technology. I hope we don't go to that timeline. I don't think we will. So thank you for the super coffees. Okay. Very interesting questions. Very interesting questions. All right, I hope you guys put in no more. I'm sure you already closed it out, but I'm going to do it anyways, just in case no more questions. Pretty sure you guys already stopped the questions just in case. Okay. I'm going to go to Wayne Wichita now, and I'll get back to you, DHP. Let's see. All right. Wayne Wichita. The common understanding among non-terrestrial human civilizations is that humans, being in general, as a race, initially come from the planets that orbit the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra. Is this statement true? Let's ask. The common understanding among non-terrestrial human civilizations is that human beings in general, as a race, initially came from the planets that orbit the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra. All right. Did all human beings as a race initially come from the planet that orbit the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra? Did all human beings in general as a race, did we initially come from the planets that orbit the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra? I've heard this before as well. So this is a great, great, great question. Well, there's some truth in that fell out. Let's keep on going. Is this true? Did human beings come from the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra? Oh, Chuck, sorry, Wayne. Big time. Yes, that's a big time. Yes. Here's our wake up call. I don't need to pick anymore. That is a big fat yes. Wayne Wichita. It is a big yes. Second card is a wand. And that's confirmation, meaning a wake up call, meaning that that's true. So yes, Wayne Wichita. Humans in general, as a race, we came from Vega in the constellation of Lyra. So yes, that statement is completely true. And I heard that before, and I'm glad we got confirmation. So that is a big time yes, Wayne. And you always have great questions. Thank you so much for the super coffees, Wayne. Wow, that's great. We got great confirmation. Yeah. And when you get an ace like that, there's no doubting that. Wow, awesome question. Thank you so much, Wayne Wichita. You've always come in with the great questions. Okay, back to DHP Jr., my #1 fan. Here we go. Can we jump into any movie or video game world as a full-blown character and immerse ourselves completely in it, assuming we are using high-level imagination? Let's ask. Can we jump into any movie or video game world as a full-blown character and immerse ourselves completely in it, assuming we are using high-level imagination? Ask. Do these worlds keep on going on when we decide to no longer be involved in them? Very, very, very interesting questions, DHP. Okay. Can we jump into any movie or video game as a full-blown character if we fully immerse ourselves in it? Is this possible? Can we jump into any movie and video game if we immerse ourselves in it? Okay, so I'm getting yes. However, there is a caveat. We have to have a deep connection to the video game, meaning we have to have some kind of deep connection, because this is like the card of family. So obviously this is a 10. So this 10 means it's been done before and there's completion. However, I'm getting that you have to have a very deep connection with this game. You have to have a very deep connection with the characters in the game. Yes, it can be done. However, it's not easy. All right. You have to really, really concentrate on it. And when you do, you have to really focus, really, really focus. and it's not something that's easily done. So it can be done. Yes, you do. You can do it. When you do it, you're going through a portal. Okay. So it's almost like you have to imagine it. And when you imagine it, you almost have to like picture yourself being in it. And when you do, you're in it in a portal. And then it also is that once you get to a certain level in the game, you level up and then go to another character. So just like in a game where you get to a certain point in a video game or in a movie and you've gone to where you can go in that movie, you also level up and you also become another character. So once you learn your lesson, so to speak, in the game where you get to a certain level, you level up and become another character. Yes, you can do it. It's something that's very independent. That's something you can do on your own. There is success. However, there is a caveat. You have to be very, very careful not to get into a negative game. So if this is a negative movie and or a very violent video game, you have to be careful not to get into it because they could suffer some losses here because this is somebody walking away with bandages and battled and bruised. So make sure that the movie or the character is not a negative character because if it's a negative movie and a negative character, you're going to suffer the negative consequences. Okay. But this is another yes. So it is definitely done. However, it's not easy. Now, let's do the second part of the question. Do these worlds keep on going on even when we decide to no longer be involved with them? Kind of like the question, if a tree falls in a forest, we hear it if we're not there, which is a very good question. Okay, here we go. Do these worlds keep on going on even when we decide to no longer be involved in them? Let's see. Do these worlds keep on going on even when we decide no longer to be involved in them? Let's ask. Do these worlds go on even when we decide to no longer be involved in them? Let's ask. Yes. Yes, that came out. I'm going to keep on pulling, but that's a big yes. These are very trippy questions. Very cool. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And you got, yes, they go on independent of you. So yes, it goes on independent of whether or not you're there. Very interesting questions. There's another yes. So 2 aces. So that's a yes. A yes and a yes, DHP Junior. And once you get 2 aces, you need not pull anymore. So that's a big yes. But obviously, if it's a negative character in a negative movie, or if it's a violent video game, you don't want to mess with that because you don't want to get involved in that. Okay. Chuck. Chuck, are there more than 9 planets in our solar system? Ooh, good question. Good question, Chuck. Are there more than 9 planets in our solar system? That is a great question. Great, great question. Is it because they are higher in density that we cannot see them? Good question. Let's ask. Are there more than 9 planets in our solar system? Are there more than 9 planets in our solar system? My guess is that they would be a yes, but we will ask. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting there more. I'm getting there more. Okay. There's a couple that we don't see. There's some that we don't see, and they're in a very unusual perspective, okay? So I think there's a few that are hidden, that they're hiding from us, that we cannot see. Okay, because this is somebody that's in an unusual perspective. Here's the world card. So I would say yes, there's much more. And I will get there's more in our solar system right there. I'm getting that there could be 22. Okay, there are 22 planets in our solar system. However, there's a bunch that we don't see. Okay, I'm getting that there's a bunch that we don't see because they are hidden and because they don't want to be seen. Okay, they have cloaking technology from the intergalactics. I have a believing these planets are stations. I have a feeling they are space stations from the galactics, and the reason why they're hidden is because they're like what do you call it? Like military bases. I get that they're military bases, okay? And the reason why they're hidden is because they're actually in another dimension, okay? So they're around us, but we don't see them because they're in another dimension. They're military bases that are hidden, and they're hidden and they're cloaked because of the deep dark cult. They're military bases, big time. And they've had to walk away from being seen because they're military bases. They're a few of them are carrying some of the people that they've saved. A few of them, I would get like 4 or 5 of the planets are directly there to actually, they've bust a lot of the children and the people that have been parts of satanic ritual abuse. They're actually there for healing. But for some reason, I'm getting, because this is 21, right? But I'm getting that there's more than that. I'm getting 22. Just the numbers that's coming to me, 22. I don't know why I'm getting the number 22. That's just what's coming to me. So I'm getting there's 22 planets. And the reason that, yes, and the reason that we do not see them is they are in a higher dimension. They're literally in portals. Like we will see them if we could go through portals, but they're actually hidden. Hidden by, and they're all extraterrestrial planets. But yes, they're in the 5th dimension and they're hidden in a very unique position. So yes, very interesting question. I never thought 22. I don't know where I got 22, but it just came to me, 22. So yes, there are more than 9 planets and we cannot see them because yes, they're in a higher density than us, DH. Definitely, Chuck. Definitely, definitely. And thank you so much for the coffees, Chuck. Love you very much, my pal. All right. Here we go again. DHP. DHP Jr. Is it easier to deceive people through telepathy than it is through speech? Ooh, that is a great question. Let's see. Let's see. DHP Jr. would like to know, is easier to deceive people through telepathy than it is through speech? That is a great question. Is it easier to deceive people through telepathy than it is speech? That would be a no. It's actually easier to deceive people through speech than it is telepathy. It's the opposite. Okay. I'm getting that it's easier to deceive people through speech than telepathy. Definitely. Okay. Because I didn't get yes cards. So that, because here we go. That's a no. That's like deception. That's illusion. So that would be a no. And this is walking away. So that's a no as well. And this is a fool not knowing what to think. So I would say it's actually the opposite. Now, what does a high level telepathic battle look like? Let's ask. So it's actually easier to deceive people through speech than it is telepathy. And I'm getting that people actually, it's like people actually know, how do I put it this way? It's like even when you lie to somebody, when you lie to someone blatantly, they can see the lie. They can actually tell the lie than it is through the telepathy. So it's the opposite DHP. So now, what does a high-level telepathic battle look like? That's some great questions. What does a high-level telepathic battle look like? What a great question. What does a high-level telepathic battle look like? Lots of people just go giving people dirty looks, shooting people glares. Just people going. Okay, well, I'm getting that a high-level telepathic battle looks very much like a speech battle. It's just as strong, it's just as in your face, and it has a lot of strength to it. So it's just as strong, if not stronger. I'm actually getting that a high-level telepathic battle can actually be more lethal than a speech battle. Okay, because it's saying that it's pretty strong. Okay, because this is your ace card. I'm getting that a high telepathic battle. Telepathic you can actually go through portals. It actually can open up spiritual portals. So if you're in a telepathic fight, you can actually go into different levels of existence through this. Okay, that's what it looks like. Also, there's your star family. So when you're working with telepathic battles, just know that your guides are with you. So this is your intergalactic star family and your guides. So if you're in a telepathic battle, they're there with you to help you. Okay, you're not alone. What else is there? And I'm also getting it can be very restrictive. I'm getting that you can actually see. How do I put it this way? You can actually see the physical representation of the telepathic battle. And also you can self-restrict yourself. Someone could actually put you in telepathic binds, and also you could bind yourself. So I'm getting that a telepathic battle can look very much like a speech battle. However, it can actually be even worse, because if you're working with energies, you could actually go into a negative timeline and you could go through a negative portal. Okay. It could be much stronger because you're working with energies, unseen energies. Okay. It could be self-restrictive. You could actually restrict others and you can restrict yourself. Okay. So it could be a detriment to yourself. I'm also getting that when this happens, you are not alone. You actually have your guides with you that are actually helping you, because when you're in a telepathic battle, there's a lot of energy. Okay, so I'm getting that it could be just as bad as a speech battle. Okay, if not worse. I hope that makes sense to you, DHP Junior, but I'm getting there's really not much of a difference other than actually, believe it or not, a telepathic battle can probably do more harm because you're working with you can be working with negative energies and you don't know what the negative energies are. When you're in a speech battle, you kind of know what you're talking to each other, you're screaming at each other, you know what you're getting at. However, when there's a telepathic battle, if you're thinking negatively to someone, or if you're sending negative energy, you're picking up almost like more of that negative energy, more of the demons, and more of that psychic dark energy. And that can actually do more harm to you and the other person. But I'm getting more so you. When you send out that negative energy, it can come back to you. So actually, a telepathic battle is worse for you energy wise. And I hope that makes sense to you and resonates with you, DHP Junior. And great, great question. Because if you think about it, If you're just doing a speech battle, you're not really, it's very physical. But when you bring in some telepathy, you're working with spiritual energy. You're not alone. So if you send somebody good energy, good spirits will go along with it. If you send bad energy, anything like we all know energy is a boomerang. Anything that you send out comes back to you. So if you're sending negative energy, it's going to come back to you. If you're sending good energy, so that actually does make sense. Okay, Wayne Wichita again. And thank you for the super coffees and all you're very generous, DHP. Thank you so much for all the great questions and your generosity and love. Okay, Wayne Wichita. Mars is a planet whose surface contained a major planet civilization, Lyrian base, completely devastated by Tiamat's wars 12,500 years ago. Well, we know how Mars was destroyed. Is this statement about Mars correct? Okay. Mars is a planet whose surface contained a major planetary civilization, Lyrian based. A Lyrian base, sorry, there was a Lyrian base on Mars. This base was completely devastated by Tiamat wars 12,500 years ago. Is this statement about Mars correct? 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 Make sure I shuffle these really good. Let's find out, Wayne. Wayne has some great questions. Yep, it is, Wayne. You know your stuff. There's your ace right in the center. Big time yes. There's your yes. Yep. Yep. And there's another yes. Yes, Wayne. So that is a completely true statement. Right in the middle. You can't get a bigger yes than that. Big time yes. Wow. Yep. And there's people being enslaved. So it was definitely a war there. And I get that there was people that were actually enslaved there and they were caught. And then they were captured. Yep. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Great question. So now we know the answer to that. So that is a definite yes. And thank you so much for the super coffees, Wayne. You're also very, very generous. I just got a text. I just want to make sure all is well and none of my soul warriors are trying to get in touch with me. All right. All right, we're good. Just making sure. Okay. Oh, good. All righty then. Another one from Wayne Wachita. Wayne, I was told that there's a triangular shaped biosphere spaceship named Viera hiding behind our moon. Well, I've seen a black triangle. I saw that black triangle. Okay. I think it's called B58. I always forget the name of it. This spaceship has the following dimensions: 503 miles long. Wow. 186 miles wide and 31 miles high. Is this information correct? Wow. Okay. Is there a triangular shaped biosphere spaceship named Viera hiding behind our moon that is 503 miles long, 186 miles wide, and 31 miles high? Wow. What a spaceship. That would be incredible. Is this information correct? Okay, God, Wayne Wichita wants to know, is this information correct about the triangular shaped biosphere spaceship named Viera? Is this information correct? Good night, Jay Rocco. Nighty night. You'll probably be up by 3. Sleep well, my brother. Love you. Okay, so this was correct at one point. It's no longer there. Something happened to it. It is no longer there. Okay? I'm getting that it's this. This means that it surrendered. So I'm getting that it was there, but for some reason it is moved. It is no longer there because this is the card of disappointment, disillusionment, walking away. So I think it was there at some point, but it's gone. Okay? It's gone. It had some things that it needs to do. It had multiple things that it needs to do. So I am getting that it was there at one time. It's no longer there. All right. That was a truth to it. However, people right now it's an illusion. It's no longer there because this is the illusion card. Justice and the Empress. So you were right. There was a spaceship there of these dimensions. However, it is no longer there. I don't know if it was shot down, something happened, but they surrendered to something. They're gone. It's no longer there. So yes, there was a spaceship named Viera. It is a spaceship. All the dimensions are correct. However, it is no longer there. Something happened to it. I don't know if it was attacked and part of a battle, but it's no longer intact. It's no longer there. So I have a feeling something happened to it. I hope that answers your question. So yes, it was correct at one time. It's no longer there. And I'm getting that something they had to surrender it. I don't know if it was attacked. It was part of a battle. It was shot at, but it's no longer intact. So I hope that answers your question. And thank you for the super coffees, Wayne. You have some pretty good intel, man. I wonder what happened to it. Maybe it sustained damage and they had to get rid of it or something. All righty. Chuck, is May 5th going to be a wild and crazy day? Wow. Is May 5th going to be a wild and crazy day, Chuck? Well, let's ask. Some people say that May 1st, tomorrow, May Day, May Day, May Day. Bo Pony seems to think that something's going to happen tomorrow. So we'll ask. But is May 5th going to be a wild and crazy day? Chuck wants to know if May 5th is going to be a wild and crazy day. You know what? I hope so. We need some action. It's been too even keeled. We need something happen. We need something to happen. Okay. All righty. Okay. Well, I think it could be. They have been planning something that we don't know about. Okay. They have. I think we could see some public arrest, some kind of public arrest from the military. Okay. I don't know who, but I think we could see a public arrest from the military. They're planning on arresting somebody. They're still thinking about it. They're not sure if they want to do it. It's in the plans. All right. They're still deciding. They're going back and forth. This arrest would be a big arrest. Okay. It would create a big burden for everyone involved. However, it would send a big message. So I think it could be crazy day. They're planning on arresting somebody, our military. I can't tell you who. It's a very public figure. So yes, I think it's going to be a wild and crazy day. Now, just because they're planning on it doesn't necessarily mean it might happen because they're still waiting. Okay. There's someone they're still contemplating. It's there. They want to do it, but they're still contemplating and waiting. However, the plan is to shock and surprise people because this is something we don't see. So I would say, yes, it is going to be a crazy day. Okay. Because they plan on arresting somebody. and a high profile person. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Chuck. I think it's going to be a crazy day. According to the cards, that's what's planned. There's a public arrest planned. And I say it's either Fauci or Biden, probably Fauci. Big asshole. But somebody, they plan on taking somebody down, or maybe it's son of a Brandon. Gonna be somebody big. So I would say yes, Chuck. And thank you so much for the super coffees. All right. Wouldn't that be phenomenal? They're planning on it. So let's hope we stay that. They're planning on it, Chuck. So yes, it will be a crazy day as long as everything's going to plan, and they plan on it. So let's hope we see a public arrest on May 5th. That would be awesome. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe there'll be more than one public arrest. Maybe they'll start arresting people. Maybe there'll be like public arrests with an S at the end. That would be awesome. But let's see. I hope. According to the cards, yes, May 5th is planned to be a crazy day. Let's hold on to our hats. Okay, Chuck. Are people born with extra chromosomes, XXY or XYY, smarter than those born normal XXXY? Wow, great question, Chuck. That is a great question. That is a great question. Are people born with extra chromosomes, XXY or XYY, smarter than those born with normal XXXY? Great question. Are people with extra chromosomes smarter than people that are born normal without that extra chromosomes? People that are born with extra chromosomes than those that are born with normal chromosomes. Chuck, you got some great questions. Yes, they have an intelligence that's very unique. Okay, so I would say yes. They have an intelligence that's very unique that we will not understand. They have a perspective that we will not understand. They have more spiritual information that we don't have. So yes, spiritually, they are smarter. They have a very unique and independent perspective that we can't understand. They're here to give charity. They're here to bring balance. It's almost like they're here as an energetic balance. It's charity to balance out the rest of civilization. These extra spiritual senses that they have are very unknown. They're hidden to the general public, but they do have a spiritual intelligence that is much smarter than the average person. Definitely. Okay. Definitely. And it's given to them. It's actually given to them right before birth. Okay. And it's something that grows. The older that they get, the more that they go through life, it's more profound. Definitely. They're here to help balance out the negative energies of this earth. Okay. They're here to keep us to balance out the energy and to move out all the negative energy to bring out the good energy. They're actually here to help us get away from the negative timelines and to get us out of the dark times and into better state of mind. Okay. They're here to shock and balance up the system and crumble the old system. So yes, people with extra chromosomes, even though we don't know, we say that they might be developmentally challenged. They might have different, they might be labeled as not mentally deficient or mentally disabled, but actually spiritually they are far smarter. Intellectually, spiritually, they have gifts that we will never know. So we might be quote unquote smarter in the earth, but no, they're actually smarter than us. So yes, They have spiritual and psychic gifts that outweigh the normal person. So yes, they are actually smarter than us on a spiritual, metaphysical level. Big time. Yes. So thank you, Chuck. That's a great, great question. I always thought that too. I always thought that people, like, for instance, children that are autistic or have ADHD, they have Asperger's, or, they are developmentally challenged. They are actually very psychically gifted. I always believe that. So they have more spiritual gifts than the average person. Yep. That means you're smart. Yep. It's funny. We call them mentally challenged, but they're not. In fact, we're more challenged than they are. They actually have it going on because their consciousness is more on the metaphysical and spiritual level. That's why they have developmental problems, and they don't fit well in society, and they have social problems because they don't know how to interact with people, really. They're on a spiritual level, they're much higher than us. So they're actually very gifted. Okay, Jasmine D. Welcome, Jasmine D. You're new. Welcome to my channel. Edgar and I have been hooking up in connection for 4 years now. He knows I have feelings now at this point. Things ended twice. He came back to me. And I want to ask if Edgar will pursue a commitment with me. Will he decide to really be with me? Well, let's ask. Will Edgar pursue a commitment with Jasmine D and want to be with her? Will Edgar pursue a commitment with Jasmine D and really want to be with her? Holy Spirit of God and Lord Yeshua, will Edgar want a commitment with Jasmine D and decide that he wants to be with her? I'm going to be honest with you, honey, okay? Because I'm going to lay it on the line. I can't lie. You're not the only person he's seeing. He has other options, okay? He's dating other people, and he has in the past, okay? There's a lot of gossip. All right. I don't think he's being honest with you. Okay. I don't think he's being honest with you. I think he's going other places and seeing other women. All right. There's going to be a sudden change in your relationship. Okay. I have to say no. I'm sorry to say I have to say no. He's not being honest with you. There's an illusion and delusion. He's hiding things from you. He's not being completely honest with you. Okay. Not being completely honest with you. However, you will find out. You're going to find out from a close friend or a family member. Somebody's going to let you know, because I have a feeling somebody from your family is going to tell you, or somebody that you consider family, like one of your really close, like soul sisters, and you're going to get justice. But I have to say, I'm sorry, sweetheart. No, he's dating other people. I'm sorry, honey. I really wanted it to be good for you, but I have to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to happen with this Edgar. And if he's dating other people and if he's going back and forth, I have to say he's an ass and he's not worth it. You can do better. Now, I'm going to pull and find out if you're going to find somebody else, because I know that's a sad reading. So I just want to see maybe if you're going to find somebody, do a little extra for you. Seems like Mr. Edgar doesn't want to commit. He likes to have his options. He likes to date more than one person. Okay. Hate to say it, he's keeping stuff from you. I'm saying Edgar is an asshole, okay? Edgar is an asshole who would cheat on you. Okay? Just saying. Edgar's not a good guy. I'm so, so sorry, Jasmine. But I can't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I have to be honest with you, my girl. Okay. But I'm going to pull and find out if there's any goodness. Are you going to find somebody else? You're going to find somebody else. Get rid of him. Get this Edgar. Get rid of him. All right. I'm speaking truth, honey. You're going to have public victory and you're going to get the world. This is a great card. This is full integration of a matter. Okay. Look who's gonna come. See this King of Pentacles? You're gonna find a beautiful man, a man that he makes money. I feel he's like a leader, he's like a CEO. This is somebody that has, excuse me, he has money. He's a good, wholehearted person. He's warm, he's considerate, he's kind, he's compassionate, he's loving. He's a super duper man with money. Just give it some time, honey. Just let it go. You just have to be patient. You need to let go of this Edgar guy. I know it's easier said than done, honey, but this is saying let go and be patient, because when you do, look at that beautiful card. And this is a wake-up call for you, honey. This is the world and the universe is saying, honey, is this what you want? Once you let go of this energy, you need to make way for the good. What you do with this Edgar is going to decide the rest of your life. You need to let it go, because once you do, honey, better things are coming in the horizon. Okay. So I'm sorry that Edgar is not the one for you. However, isn't it nice to know? And isn't it nice to know that something better down the line for you? Okay. I'm sorry. I have to be honest with you, Jasmine, but I mean, I hope that the second reading kind of gives you some hope, sweetie. Okay. And thank you for the coffee and welcome to my channel. I hate to give bad news, but I have to be honest. All right. Just let me make sure that I have everyone. I'm not missing anyone. And then we're going to do the little giveaway for Dennis's I never saw Craig. So I'll have to wait to do Craig's reading next time he's on. But okay, so very kind and very generous, my King of Cups, Dennis, wanted me to select somebody that's in need of a 30-minute reading. And so the only way that I can do this in a fair manner is that I'm going to think of an angel number, a number that I have been seeing this past week. Okay? What did Dennis go and do? Dennis actually bought a 30-minute reading for me to donate to somebody. He is such a sweetheart. That's what he did, Carrie. Okay, so I'm thinking of a number that I've seen this week. Okay, and I'm going to tell you it's 4 digits. And whoever would like this 30-minute reading, now I want to say, please let it be somebody that's in need of it. You know, if you, let's wait, make sure it's somebody that really needs the reading, that doesn't have the financial means, if we can. Okay, so I'm thinking of a 4-digit angel number. Put it in the chat, and the first person that comes up with it wins the 30-minute reading. Okay, it's 4 digits. So whoever wants the 30-minute reading, just put in an angel number. And whoever gets it first gets the reading. No, you can participate. Yes, DHP, you can participate. Anyone can participate. Whoever wants it, participate. Absolutely. You're so sweet, DHP. Can I participate and donate it to someone else? You're so sweet, DHP. I haven't seen it yet. No, but you could if you wanted to, DHP. Russ is thanking you, DHP Jr., for your reading. And you also did one for you also donated one for Moonchild and me that's coming up. So I haven't seen it yet. Getting close, though. You're getting close. If that gives you any, you're getting close. Oh, Chuck. If I needed, I would buy it on my own. I'm not seeing it. I might have to choose another way. I might have to choose another way to do it. Okay, I'll give you hints. There are twos in it. There are twos in it. Nope. There are twos in it. Almost, Chuck. You're almost there, Chuck. That kind of gives it away. Nope. No, Blanche. Nope, but you're almost there. You guys are almost there. Chuck was the closest. That's all I'm going to say. Chuck was the closest. Look at Chuck's number. Look at Chuck's number. He was the closest. Nope. You're close, Libby, but no cigar. You're almost there, guys. Oh, you're so close. You have the numbers. They're just not in the right order. You guys have the numbers, but they're not in the right order. I don't know. I can't give you any more hints without giving it away. You're almost there. You just have the numbers in the wrong order. Doobie doobie doo. Sweet ginger cakes. Sweet ginger cakes got it. Oh, who did it first? Let's see. Wait a minute. I gotta find out who did it first. It's 12:21. Who did it first? Oh, it was actually Libby. I'm sorry. It was 12:21. Who said 12:21 first? It was Libby. I'm sorry, Ginny. It was Libby. 12:21. It was Libby. 12:21. Libby lives. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to psych you out, sweet ginger cakes. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ginny. It was Libby. Libby, you win the 30-minute reading. Yay! Libby. Libby wins the 30-minute reading. Okay, so Libby, to get in touch with me, you just email me. Here's my email. Let me put up my email. Hold on. How do I find my email? Here we go. So just email me at soultherapywithlady@gmail.com and we'll set up your reading. Okay. Very good. And let's thank Dennis. Dennis is very, 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 very generous. Okay, so she gave to Blanche. Oh, who gave it to Blanche? What's going on? Who's using cheat code? Congratulations, Libby. Ginny, you know, Ginny's my friend anyways. Ginny knows that, and she's one of my moderators. Ginny knows that she doesn't have to pay for a reading. She's my peep. So, Ginny, you know, if you have a question, you can call me anytime, girl. Because she's my friend. I don't charge my close friends. So, Ginny, you know, anytime you want a question, you just text me. Anyway, Libby! Yay, Libby! I look forward to meeting you, Libby, because you're one of these beautiful faces that I haven't met yet. So yes, congratulations, Libby. Dennis, thank you so much for your generosity. I love you so much, so much. All right. So thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you for all your generosity, all your love. Thank you for all your well wishes when I did not feel good yesterday. Libby gave it to Blanche. Oh, Libby. Libby, that is so sweet. You gave it to Blanche, but you need a reading too. Oh my goodness. Whoever, okay, if you donated it to somebody, that's sweet. So whoever the question, whoever is going to get the reading, whether it's Libby or Blanche or whoever it is, Soul Therapy with Lady D at gmail.com. Get in touch with me, email me. And yes. No, reading is 55, a half an hour reading is $55, Russ, and a full hour is 95. Oh, Libby. Libby, because you are so sweet, you know what? I'm going to give you a free reading too, okay? This is how we're going to do it. You gave it to Blanche, so I'm going to donate a 30-minute to you because you're sweet. So Blanche and Libby gets a half-hour reading, okay? Because you are so sweet, Libby, I'm paying it forward, okay? Dennis pays it forward. So Libby, you're going to get a 30-minute reading and Blanche, okay? Because you're so sweet. That's how we pay it forward. That's how we do it. Okay. So Libby and Blanche both gets half-hour readings. And thank Dennis and also thank DHP Jr. because DHP Jr. has donated lots of readings. Okay. In fact, that works out good because I think DHP Jr. bought a half-hour reading and he overpaid a little bit. So that extra money can go towards this. Okay. So Libby and Blanche both get a 30-minute reading. You are very sweet. How could I not? Everyone is so generous. All right. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you for all the questions. I love you guys so much. Libby and Blanche, so email me and we'll get in touch. I love you guys. Have a great evening. And I will see you on Wednesday. So I don't know what our roundtable is going to be on Wednesday, but we'll see you on Wednesday. Yes, and DHP Jr. and Dennis, thank you so much for your generosity and I love you guys, okay? Thank you, sweet ginger cakes. I hope you feel better too. But like I said, anytime you need anything, you just text me, girl. All right. I'm signing off. I love you guys, and I will see you on Wednesday. And let's hope that some good stuff happens this week. Because tomorrow's May Day. We don't know what Bo Pony said. Maybe something's going to happen this week. I certainly hope so. All right. Love you. See you soon. Bye.